Let's take you through the starting order then for the race itself then. John Cleland is going to take pole position from Conrad Murray. Row 2 is going to be Stefan Ermler in the Vauxhall Astra from Tony Absalom in the Vauxhall Cavalier. Cavalier, can you believe we're saying that on a live stream? Tony Absalom in 4th place though. Alistair McMillan, Ali McMillan in the Nissan Primera in 5th position. And then we go on to the modified Fords. It's Jack Gads in 6th position on row 3 in the Ford Escort Mark 1 RSR. Piers Grange in 7th place with the Ford Escort Mark 2. Then it's Malcolm Harding in 8th position with the Ford Escort Mark 2 Zack Speed. Row 5 is going to be Graham Waite and Ashley Shelswell. Row 6 is going to be Gary Waite and Paul Neville. And row 7 is going to be Dave Gadd and Tony Paxman with Mark Fremantle in 15th position. So a very welcome addition to the change to the programme at least. And just watching the cars go through. Obviously, 2 warm-up, 2 green flag laps for the cars here to get themselves all started up. They started from the grid, so they don't get that extra lap round from pit lane. And just watching them all making their way through, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's just a proper lump in your throat when you see these old school cars. Like, this is my childhood right here, watching these cars on TV, watching it on BBC Grandstand on a Sunday afternoon, Murray Walker commentating all through them. And then obviously when it goes over to ITV and you get some of the newer generation, the likes of Conrad Murray and the Ford Focus. Sure, that was the Airwaves Ford Focus. That's the Aeon livery that's on that one. You had the likes of Tom Chilton that was behind the wheel of that one. But Conrad Murray certainly knows how to dial the wheel on that thing. But it's that car in 4th place, that Vauxhall Cavalier, and that Nissan Primera is just, I mean, it's such a beautiful, beautiful sight to see around here. And those modified Fords at the back, they don't look bad either. But we get ready to go racing here as the cars make their way around. I don't mind actually the safety car going a little bit slower than usual, because just getting to see these cars, it almost what's like a parade lap here at Knockhill. Yeah, that definitely makes you very, very happy. Now, what I will notice as well, actually, it is only certain of the modified Fords that are out there. There's only 6 of the modified Fords that are out there taking part in this Super Tourer race. So they'll be doing their own thing. But it looks like we're going for green then. So rolling start then for the Super Tourer. Something a little bit different for them compared to back in the day where you'd have the standing start, but the modified Fords as well, because they're taking part in it. They are going to be on for the rolling start. So it's side-by-side action for all of the cars then. Don't be surprised to see these Super Tourers as off onto the grass then. That is the Ford Focus going very, very wide indeed of Conrad Murray. And side by side then, so Conrad Murray still struggling to get started here, as into the lead then John Cleland from the what looks like the Vauxhall Cavalier of Tony Absalom into to 2nd place there, coming over the hill at Clark's there. Then you have the Nissan Primera in 3rd position, and doing a fairly decent job is that Primera of Ali McMillan, that bright blue car. But look at the Escort in the background there, making mincemeat of these STCC cars. Incredible stuff. That's the 67 of Tony Absalom there in the Vauxhall Cavalier now, down into 4th position. And that Escort is just weaving its way through. So it shows you the power here. Also, again, I was telling you about the car of John Cleland there, how much work he's gone into restoring that car and keeping it up into to race pace. And well, race pace is kind of a word there, because he's already gone into next week. So John Cleland is up into the chicane while the rest of them are coming through into McIntyre's. And it looks like the Vauxhall Astra of Stefan Ermler, a little bit of a mobile chicane right now, because Jack Gadden, the Mark 1 RSR, flies by him at a rate of knots there. Also looking to get past there's a Mark 2 Zach Speed 101 of Malcolm Harding. We're only 2 laps into this race there, and the Super Tourers are kind of just left to do their own thing here as the Ford's just roaring by them. There goes the Nissan Primera and the number 44, Ali McMillan, trying to send it up the inside there of the number 1, Stefan Ermler. That was a great move there from Ali McMillan, taking that position there. And there we go. That's what I wanted to see. A good old Ford Sierra just absolutely pasting the pair of them as they come over the start-finish straight there. Great move there, and that is going to be, I believe that's Ashley Shelswell that's just done the pair of them there over the start-finish straight. So impressive stuff, and yeah, that makes me very happy to see a Sierra XR4i giving it big licks for these Super Tourers. This is, I know they're not firmly in this class, but my goodness me, they certainly make it an entertaining prospect nonetheless. Just looking actually, Jack Gadd doing a 56.351. Now he is 0.6 of a second faster than John Cleland, so I get the feeling that John was kind of expecting to have his own race here, and that's not going to happen as you've got a Ford Escort trying to hunt down the back of both of those Vauxhalls there. That's the Cavalier and the Astra. Almost a little bit of contact there as you see the 67 and Tony Absalom on the inside of that final corner. That Ford has got nowhere to go. It's going to try and make it 3 wide, but it's surely not going to happen here. This is getting sketchy stuff, almost 4 wide going across the start-finish line here. Amazing racing here, and this has now completely exceeded the STs. This is now the best race that we've had of the day. Thoroughly entertaining stuff here as we see Tony Absalom then and Stefan Ermler dropping down the order a little bit then. Jack Gadd, believe it or not, is already on the back lid of your race leader. John Cleland had a 3.6 lead second gap over second place of Jack Gadd, and I've got no doubt by the time we actually have a look at Jack Gadd in that number 59, who'll be coming into the hairpin just now, might already have this move done and dusted. But there you can see the Ford just in the background there, Conrad Murray, the Ford Focus, trying to hold on to the back, and that is Paul Neville that he is holding on to the back here of as well. Not quite able to make it happen, but John Cleland still in the lead of this race by 1/1000th of a second. So I think it's safe to say Jack Gadd is going to have the lead of this race. The last lap there was a 56.1 for John Cleland. It was a 55.289 for Jack Gadd just now. This is down into 5th position. That is Ali McMillan. He's now got Tony Absalom right on his bumper as well, the 67. Just coming through Clark's corner just now, and we've got, what's that, another 10.5 minutes left to go in this race. And yeah, a very different position for John Cleland to be in, given that he was so dominant earlier on. And Jack Gadd not only has got past John Cleland, but he is off into the sunset. 53.935 that last lap round for Jack Gadd, and John Cleland did a 55.8. That gap now 2 seconds. That is unbelievable stuff. You can see the cars just shooting through your picture there as they go through Butchers. They're now up into the chicane just now. Your race leader Jack Gadd and John Cleland. John Cleland again just briefly whisking through the shot there. That is third place though of Malcolm Harding in the Mark II. Escort, oh, we've got a car round the back. That is the number 67, and that is Tony Absalom getting it all sorts of wrong there. Now, the fact that he was on the inside there would suggest to me he's overcooked it at Duffus. The cars went onto the grass, and he's tried to get onto the brakes there. So Tony Absalom rejoins onto the circuit there. And my goodness me, that was a bit of a scary moment, because these machines are not cheap in any sense of the imagination whatsoever. And that's a car going very slowly in the background. I think that might have been, was that Mark Fremantle? In fact, no, it wasn't, because Mark Fremantle is in the 9. That is the number 55, just exiting the final corner there. Sorry, the 44, excuse me, of Ali McMillan. The cars all spread out. There is your second place car then, John Cleland, just coming through the chicane just now and just making his way into Clark Corner there. That is a sight for sore eyes. That Vauxhall Vectra from the 1998 season. And John Cleland in the lead of the Super Tourers right now. Of course, Jack Gadd in with the modified Fords. So really, you've got two separate races going on just now, because obviously they want to try and bump the numbers up and make it a proper race for these Super Tourers. But it's not the case just now, because John Cleland in that second place overall, and as we said, about a 2-second difference between the different cars. So just over 8 minutes left to go in this first of two Super Touring Trophy races for the David Leslie Trophy. For the Super Tourers, it's still John Cleland ahead of Conrad Murray right now. Conrad Murray down in 5th position, as it is the modified Fords who are pretty much left, right and centre, and Ali McMillan. I wonder if there's a problem with that car, because Tony Absalom flew past him like that car is absolutely standing still, and definitely a pace deficit on that Primera. I wonder if he's just counting the laps down in that thing. Looks to be some sort of an issue with the Nissan Primera right now. Don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, to see that car pulling off into pit lane. Again, the whole self-preservation thing, you're going to be wanting to look after the car. It is a national championship that they do, so they will be visiting other racetracks in the UK, and given that these cars are very, very expensive to maintain and to repair, you're definitely not going to be wanting to cause any terminal damage with these machines. But as much as this is all about the Super Touring, I've got to be honest, a little bit of me is loving seeing these modified Fords out there, mixing it up with them just now. Jack Gadd in the lead of this race ahead of John Cleland, at least on paper. Remember, it is two separate races we've got going on. Malcolm Harding in with the modified Fords in 3rd position, Ashley Shelswell in 4th position, and then in 5th position is Conrad Murray. That is 2nd place in the Super Tourers, and he's side by side. I think that was the number 9 there of Mark Fremantle that had what looked like a Harrier Hawkjet just flying past him at a rate of knots there. That must be a very, very intimidating feeling for that number 9 car. But that was the number 59 of Jack Gadd, your race leader, coming up through the chicane there, and he's going to be making his way over into Clark's just now. Amazing race that we've had so far here for the Super Touring Trophy. And that is the number 67 of Tony Absalom down in 4th place then. He is in the Vauxhall Cavalier, and just behind on the Super Touring race, behind Stefan Ermler, and just watching all of this unfold. Across the line then goes John Cleland in that number 98 Vauxhall Vectra. And again, two separate races, just to remind you, that we've got going on here. On the track, the race leader is the number 59, Jack Gadd, in his Ford Escort Mark 1 RSR that you can see here. But in the Super Touring Trophy race, which is, I guess, a real race that we're focusing on, that was who we saw there. That was John Cleland that was in the lead of that one. But Jack Gadd here, this thing is an absolute monster. As you see side-by-side action, that is going to be Tony Absalom and Stefan Ermler. Up the inside goes Tony Absalom, tries to get that move done and dusted. And this is the sort of stuff that you used to see 20, 25 years ago, going door to door, no quarter asked, no quarter given. What a brilliant little battle we've got going on between these two drivers. Absalom looks like he's got the position done and dusted, takes the position from Ermler, and Ermler is not really going to be too happy. Ermler tries to send it up the inside, thinks better of it, down into McIntyre's, and look at that, who's that in the background? None other than Jack Gadd, a way to put these Super Tourers another lap down. Incredible stuff. The pace that he's got in that Mark 1 RSR is absurd right now. We've got blue flags flying, obviously, for the Super Tourers right now. They need to concentrate just on their own race just now, as Absalom onto the back of Ermler still onto the back of Absalom, and look at how much that car's squirreling under braking, and oh my goodness me, that was so close there. That was Dave Gadd in the Mark 1 Escort almost coming together with your race leader. Thankfully looked in his mirrors right at the last minute there, and Dave Gadd tries to jump into that position just behind Stefan Ermler and Tony Absalom. But we've still got 3.5 minutes left here in this Super Touring race, and what a race we've had here. Jack Gadd in the lead from John Cleland, but it's John Cleland in the lead of the Super Touring car race here. That's the car that we can see here, that number 98, just coming up through the chicane here and making a move on that 58 car. Now that is a lap down, that is Dave Gadd, as we saw being dispatched by Jack Gadd coming through the corner at Clark here. Again, I mean, you don't need to say anything. These cars speak for themselves, and that is Ali McMillan going another lap down. So that Nissan Primera is definitely, there's something wrong with that car. He's just out there trying to get the laps in at this point. And again, would you believe it now, that's going to be Tony Absalom and Stefan Ermler going a lap down as well. Such is the pace difference of John Cleland. 12 laps in, 13 laps in, it's going to be just now. And he's already got a lap down on the majority of the field of the Super Tourers right now. But 2.5 minutes left to go in this race, and that is, as I said, the 67 of Tony Absalom, who, you know, incidentally, he's now fair bit ahead of Stefan Ermler in that Vauxhall Astra just now. Cleland makes light work of the 67 of Tony Absalom. He's off to I think go and get a little bit of a cocktail and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Such as the pace difference on this car of John Cleland. That looks to be what I would imagine is a 22-second gap up to second place in that second place Super Touring car just now. But we've got about 2 laps left to go in this first race of the afternoon here. And there is John Cleland coming down into McIntyre's then. I think we'll be getting the last lap board next time by, but again we'll confirm that in just a second. As John Cleland goes through the chicane, you can see it here, that car looking resplendent in the sunshine in the afternoon here at Knockhill. That is your overall race leader though, Jack Gadd, coming in towards the hairpin then. And it'll be interesting to see, is this going to be the last lap round? It's not going to be, because we're going to get 2 more laps here, because 55-second laps is what Jack Gadd is doing. And then obviously that means that we've got 1 minute to go now. So he's crossed the line. So we'll be on the, this is the penultimate lap just now. Across the start-finish line goes the number 67 of Tony Absalom. Stefan Ermler closing that gap down a little bit then. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th position in the Super Touring car class, as it were, just now, with the modified Fords out on track as well. You see the iconic Fujifilm livery of the number 67 Vauxhall Cavalier down in that 3rd place. But we're going to get the last lap flag this time, or the last lap board this time by, as we cut back to John Cleland then, your race leader for the Super Tourers, as the cars coming through at Clark Corner and into the chicane for the final time of asking. So Jack Gadd crosses the line to start the final lap of the race then. This is an amazing effort from Jack Gadd, as Zach Speed's 101 of Malcolm Harding comes out of the final hairpin. He'll be collecting the final lap board as well. But Jack Gadd in the number 59 currently making his way down through the compression at Butchers, up through the chicane, and he'll be coming up towards Clark as well. And John Cleland closely behind. I want to say closely behind, but realistically it's about 8 seconds behind your race leader. But Cleland will be happy to take yet another win in the Super Tourers. That is Stefan Ermler. That is, I believe, the 101 of Malcolm Harding. And as we go to the end then, there we go, checker flag flies. Jack Gadd takes the checker flag, but it's going to be John Cleland that takes the first win of the day for the Super Touring Trophy and puts his hands on that David Leslie Trophy. A great win for him there, and he will be absolutely delighted with that. Second place in the Super Touring Trophy is going to be for Conrad Murray. Tony Absalom in third place, Stefan Ermler in fourth, and fifth place, just getting it home, is Ali McMillan. And then we move on to the modified Ford series. In the SB class was Jack Gadd taking the overall win on the road there. B plus goes to Malcolm Harding. Ashley Shelswell takes the A class honours for that one. Mark Fremantle in the B class, but I think that they were there to basically make a nice little addition to the race. And an extra little bit of chance for them to get out on circuit as well. So, as we said, Super Touring Trophy, it's congratulations to John Cleland, who takes the win and gets another inscription on that David Leslie Trophy. A brilliant, brilliant race there, and fantastic stuff to see. That Conrad Murray, though, getting that second place, he was kind of in no man's land, really. Didn't really have anybody that he was involved with to fight there. Tony Absalom, we got a little bit of action with him and Stefan Ermler and the Vauxhall Cavalier and the Vauxhall Astra, and Ali McMillan in that final Super Touring position. But if you're going to take a clip from the day, it's going to have to be there. You saw that early instant for the number 67 there of Tony Absalom spinning at McIntyre's, and where I'd hypothesised that he'd maybe gone across the grass there, unfortunately it was far less glamorous than that. He just looped the car on the exit of the corner there. So we're seeing the cars heading round into pit lane. We can see the Super Tourer of John Cleland still held up at the end of pit lane. So we'll be crossing in a couple of minutes to have a chat with Andy Alston, see if we can get a word with our race winner there at John Cleland's after that and brilliant race win for the Super Touring Trophy. Up next, though, is going to be the Scottish Classic Sports and Saloons, and then we've got the second race of the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup. That's what's to come. After that, we've got the modified series for their second official race. The Scottish C1 Cup for their second race. The Super Touring Trophy will be back out on the track at 3:25 this afternoon. The Fiesta STs will be out at 10:04, and the Scottish Classic Sports and Saloons out at 4:15, rounding out the day with the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup at 22:05. But the cars making their way round, and so we'll step away from the microphone in a minute and hand things over in just a second to my rather capable colleague, Mr. Andy Alston, who is poised, ready, waiting to go over in the holding area.
Yes, Dave, great action there in the Super Touring Trophy. Of course, for the David Leslie Trophy as well, we had the modified Ford cars out there, a selection of them out on track as well. It was a great combination, it has to be said, but it was led at the front by this man here, the number 59 car of Jack Gadd. He was first across the line in the modified Fords, and he's had a very strong outing overall today, it must be said, and he'll be more than happy with that display as well. So Jack Gadd first across the line overall in the 59 car, who joins us now. And Jack, that was a great race to watch. It must have been even better behind the wheel.
Yeah, it felt incredible. Cheers. Yeah, it felt great. It really did. Got a little bit lucky. I think Malcolm had a moment, so it gave me a little bit of clear way just to get my head down and get racing. But no, it's good.
Absolutely. And again, the car's looking great. It's very, very quick into the bargain as well. And you know, it really couldn't have gone any better for you this weekend.
No, it's going well so far. The car likes it here, so see how we get on this afternoon.
Good stuff, great stuff. Well done, Jack. Yeah. Jack Gadd there, first across the line in the number 59 car, the modified Ford category, and congratulated by his fellow drivers there as well, because it's a very strong showing throughout from him, and he'll be absolutely delighted with how his weekend's been going overall. The car looks quick. Jack's very quick into the bargain as well, and yes, it's just going from better to better for the number 59 car.